Okay, for this super easy Valentine decoration, you're going to need craft glass blocks. If you don't feel like investing in the $6 per block, you can use like dollar store vases to do maybe smaller versions of these luminaries, but these glass blocks are so cool. I got the idea from a fellow Girl Scout leader. We were at a retreat this weekend, and she did a demo, and she had them all around the lodge, and at night they just glimmered and they were so pretty. If you want to check out, she owns a farm in southern Illinois called Crosswind Farms, and she does crafting classes at her farm, and she's got all these animals you can visit, and she has bees and she does honey, so she's super cool. So that's my plug for Crosswind Farms. She's the one that showed us this really cool craft. I'm going to do one that's going to be a little bit more decorative, and you're going to be able to kind of keep it for Valentine's Day. This one I'm going to be a little bit simpler with, and that way I can reuse this glass block for other holidays, because I foresee wanting to do this around the 4th of July, like having them down deck stairs for an outside party on the 4th. I think once you see this project, you're going to get lots of ideas on how you could use these crafting glass blocks for lots of things. I picked these up at Menards, which is a local kind of like a Home Depot, but depending on your area of the country, you might be able to get these at Michael's and crafting stores. Just check around online. The key is that they have a removable top that just pops out, and you can pop it back in. And it has a really cool slit that you can make a bank out of if you want. So anyway, first things first, let's work on our Mod Podge stained glass version. So we're gonna need a sponge brush, some Mod Podge, and if you don't have Mod Podge, give it a good shake. You could also water down some just Elmhurst school glue. That works as well, with just some water to dilute it. And I have tissue paper, and this is for Valentine's Day, so I have a lot of pinks and a lot of reds. I've got a paper plate. All right, I've put a splash of water, as you can see, in the Mod Podge, and I'm just to thin it out because the tissue paper is just so thin. You don't want things gloppy and opaque. We want things to be nice and thin so that the light can glow behind. So, got this nice and thin. And I think I'm going to start a first layer where I'm just gripping pieces roughly, setting them on here, and then going over it lightly. And then you just continue layering. And if you don't want, I'm going to kind of go for like the stained glass look, but if you don't want things to be so rough and rustic, you can cut these into shapes like hearts. I might do that maybe towards the top. I'm going to do a little heart right at the center, so I'm cutting roughly a square. This is your kindergarten skills coming back to haunt you. Folding your square in half, cutting a heart. Aww. And then that's going to be our final. Just do this lightly. If you get too damp with your Mod Podge, the tissue's going to tear. All right. I'm going to set this one aside. And I'm going to show you how you can do this simply with this other one. And do it in a way that you can actually take the decorations off and store away your glass block for another holiday. Okay, so did I also mention that the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, great place to get holiday stuff for super cheap. And I picked up ribbon, I picked up tissue paper, and I picked up these really awesome stickers. Stickers are a great way to decorate the sides of this glass block in a way that you can actually pull them off, because you only need your decorations for like a week or two. In fact, this is Valentine's Day next week, guys, so, you know, get on it. And you just kind of there. Easy peasy, right? Like, it's ridiculous. So the next step, again, dollar store, big old thing of white tissue paper. Can't get enough white tissue paper. It's good to have on hand for gifts and last minute crafts, filler for packaging. If you're going to stuff the inside, and don't over crush. You're going to do it nice and lightly. So maybe like 1.5. So your red stickers pop off of the white. Here's the other thing and why I like white. The nice thing about white and using white is that when we put our LED lights in here, the lights will bounce off of the white, making it brighter and more dramatic. Can you put other colored tissue in there? Sure. It just won't be as bright. But it's up to you what you want to do. That's what's cool about these. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some LED lights in here. These, again, I got at the dollar store. You can also find these at Joann's, other Michael's, other craft shops. So the key here is that you don't need to plug these in. All right, so I got AA batteries on these guys. These are the LED string lights. Start at the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of feed them in here. The cool thing with these is that there's a little hole here where you can have wire poke out. So just snap that in place, and there you go. Glass block number 1. Done. Let's do the other one. What you need to do this is kind of wire edged ribbon. And I have a twist tie. What you do is you kind of get the idea of where you want the whole bow. I don't want it too big. This is about right. The full length of your bow. And wrap it around itself a couple times. I learned this when I worked. Right after college, I was having trouble finding a job. So I worked in display in a department store called Carson Peary Scott's, which went out of business. So if you tried to find them, you won't find them. But I had to, I don't know, wrap like 60 blank empty boxes one day just for like Christmas decorations. So I got really good at bow making. So what you do is you've got your center, you crimp it, you got your twist tie, and twist. Now, open up like a fan, and then use your hands to kind of fluff the ribbon. There you go. To finish it off, if you want, cut another piece of ribbon, and these are kind of the bottom legs, if you will. So go around where that twist tie is, and you're basically just covering up that twist tie. And tie it off. With this bow, I have a bamboo skewer that I wove through the back and tied it off with the ends of that twist tie just to keep it steady. And all you do is just kind of pop it into that top and bind. And you could also use some double stick tape. And then what I do with the battery pack, I just kind of nestle it into the ribbon. If you're worried about nestling the battery pack in the ribbon, depending on where you're putting this, you could also just put it behind. You know, if you have it up against a wall or something. We're gonna work on this one now. And I think for this one, I'm gonna do a little tissue pom-pom. So I've decided to make a pom-pom for the stained glass block. So I don't know if you've ever done this before, and don't worry about your ends, you can always clean them up. But you put a few layers of tissue paper together in a rectangle. And I'm going to do something fun with this. I've cut some ribbon, and I'm going to weave some ribbon into our pom-pom. So I've got a few ribbon pieces cut up to the length of our pom-pom. And what you do is you fold and fold backwards, fold forward, and you're making an accordion fold. At this point, I'm roughly in the middle, so I'm going to tuck in another ribbon. Accordion fold, accordion fold. So what you have here is a pom-pom, and what you do is you cinch the center, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my ribbon. You could use string, especially if you're going to tie these like as ceiling decorations, which I've done. So there are a couple things you could do to adhere this cute little top. One, you've got your battery pack. You could use these to tie it on here. And then maybe with some double stick tape, just stick your battery pack on top. Or let this stick behind and do the same thing with the bamboo stick we did with the other one, where you tuck it into the seam, like so. There you go. I'm gonna go put these where they're gonna decorate the stairs and add some light to our dark stairs. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Nice little Valentine glimmer. Going up the stairs. Kind of lights up this dark corner. So there you go. Nice little Valentine project. Have the kids help you out. Get some blocks, have them fill them out the way you want, have them decorate the tops. They can maybe put them in their bedrooms, have a little nightlight at night. Really fun Valentine decoration. So, inexpensive as well if you can find a good Dollar Tree near you. So, that's it with Fridays with Flora. It's a crafting day, which has been a while since I did a craft, so it was nice to get back into it. Have a wonderful weekend, and please subscribe to the channel down below. Hit subscribe. It really helps out the team here, and it keeps us crafting, cooking, and doing all the fun things that make life worthwhile. Have a wonderful day. Thanks a lot.